We're going to be talking about the THAAD, or Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System by Tactical Forecast. This channel. Uh, So why are we talking about this? The U.S. has decided to send THAAD battery systems to Israel, authorized by Lloyd Austin, who is the Defense Secretary. What is this system? This is mainly like a system to stop missiles from going into the system. So obviously, Iran and Israel and also Lebanon have been trading missiles with each other, and mainly to Israel. So now there's threats of some ballistic missiles or just Iran missile attacks that have prompted the US to send these platforms to Israel. And then this reinforces US commitment to protecting Israel, obviously. So the introduction to the THAAD. The THAAD is a missile defense system. As you can see here, it's a multi-step system where you have your radar, then you have your fire control and communication systems, then you have your launchers. These launchers will be the last step and send the missiles to strike other missiles. And then this is designed to intercept and destroy short, medium, and intermediate range ballistic missiles during their terminal phase of flight. So that's going to be the last step. That's going to be when it goes there. And then the interceptor uses the kinetic energy to destroy the incoming missile. So when the threat's observed from the radar, it shows then the THAAD, the second and third step are to decide, hey, should we throw a missile at this? And then the fourth and fifth steps are going to be the strike. I know it says like one, two, three, but there's one, two, three, four, but there's multi-step. So the history and development. Developed by Lockheed Martin for the U.S. Missile Defense Agency during the 1980s, 1990s. As you can see, this is kind of like the tests. There's a couple failures just to do with the targeting system, but after successful testing after 2000s, they've been deployed since 2008. All right, how does the THAAD work? We don't talked about this, but to revisit, the THAAD uses the hit-to-kill approach to intercept missiles with kinetic energy. Then it detects, tracks, and targets incoming missiles. So as you can see, as the missiles get launched, um, the kinetic energy is observed by the missile and it is struck. But this is all done by the radar and fire control systems. Alright, system components. So obviously this is a multi-step system, so lots of vehicles, lots of equipment to observe and to hit down a missile. But we basically decided to put these into three different groups. You have the launchers, which are the truck-mounted and rapidly deployed systems. Then you have your interceptors, which will be the trucks that are used to stop the missiles. And then the radar. So as we discussed right before, with your radar, fire control, and launcher. And then there's your TFCC building. Those are going to be your fire control ones that decide, hey, this is a missile we should strike. Let's send it to the launcher. Launcher strikes it. Okay. So the operation capacities, these are going to be up to 125 miles. This is going to greatly influence and help the Israel Iron Defense Program and can engage something that is 93 miles. And then the interceptors can really reach over Mach 8, so very fast. Okay. Deployment locations in the past have been deployed to allies in US abroad, mainly to Asia, but now starting to go to the Middle East. And then they strengthen alliances, obviously. He's been also in South Korea, which we're going to talk about later. Okay. The advantage of the THAAD, it's high precision hit to kill technology. These have been very successful in their testing, but not really used in the operation world. So hopefully if they go to Israel, they're gonna be tested, like what's happened with Ukraine and the technology around. And then this works with the interoperability of other systems like the Patriot and missile defense. So this is obviously going to help greaten the Iron Dome. Okay. The challenges and limitations, like we discussed earlier, there's lots and lots of systems. You have your launcher, then you have your fire control, then you have your radar. So these are going to be high cost. And then obviously these are going to be have limited coverage with only the 125 missile range. And then there's also deployment concerns, which we're going to talk about later. Uh, So we kind of highlighted this and foreshadowed beforehand, but during the whole North Korea crisis in 2019, where there's threats of nuclear explosions and just nuclear threats around China, North Korea, South Korea, and the United States, the U.S. decided to make a decision and send THAAD missiles to South Korea to hopefully deter, and it kind of blew up in their faces because these have been highly controversial, especially during the time when this actually increased the chances of something happening. And then there's still ongoing debates about this, but they're serving in mainly Asia, like we discussed earlier. Okay. Then the future developments, we're going to be seeing, we've already seen some advancements in radar technology, integration with advanced space-based sensors, so these could go to space. That's been a big thing recently in the past couple months. And if they get used in Israel, obviously there's going to be better and better technology because Israel's in kind of a war between them and Iran. So if ballistic missiles get sent, now there's more testing, then there's more advancements. Yep. The conclusion is THAAD missile defense plays a crucial role in global missile defense. And then it continues to evolve and is an integral part of the US. Thank you all. This has been kind of a short one just to detail what the THAAD system is. More videos soon. We please, and yeah, would you please like and subscribe, see more.